Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I thought I'd do a video all about TradeMe and kind of like my tips and advice on buying and selling. So if you guys didn't already know, basically TradeMe is like a buy and sell website, and you can buy all sorts of stuff like clothes, shoes, cars, pretty much anything you want really, and also can sell your stuff as well. So it's pretty much like the New Zealand version of eBay. So this video is kind of going to be split into two parts. So firstly I'm going to talk about buying stuff on TradeMe. So just if anyone's curious, stuff that I've bought, suitcases, my phone, clothes, shoes, as well as a surfboard and just a bunch of random stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be covering. I've never bought like a car, a house or anything like that on TradeMe, so I can't really speak like of those things, but just in terms of like general shopping, just some tips I would have are to ask questions and don't be afraid to ask for pictures as well if you're not sure or the pictures are blurry, especially if you're buying things like shoes. I'd always ask for a picture of the soles just to see like how much wear they've had, as well as shipping and pickup. So it's always good to make sure of the exact pickup location. Like you don't have to ask for the address, but like just the general whereabouts, because for example if you're from Auckland, it's a really big city, so you could be driving like 1 hour just to pick up a t-shirt. So just make sure that you're like aware of whereabouts it is and if you can make it there. Also with shipping, if the seller doesn't specify the exact cost, I always like to just make sure, because sometimes the shipping can be a lot more, or they'll charge you like a lot more than it should be, and then it won't really be worth buying the item in the first place. Another tip I have is auto bid. So this is basically a feature where you can just put the most amount that you want to bid in an auction, and then you don't have to like constantly be looking at it. One tip of advice I have is to just make sure that it is on auto bid, because I've put like once I made a mistake where I bid $80 by accident when I was supposed to choose auto bid, so I didn't really have to spend that much money. So yeah, just be careful when you're doing that. Also, my advice is don't just bid on things like randomly that you don't really want to buy, because they're going to be in your watch list and it's just going to be annoying to have them. Also, there's like different categories and there's different ways to like I guess find what you want, like what you're looking for. So it's kind of like online shopping where you can obviously go from like low to high, high to low. If you're looking for clothes, you can like choose the specific color and size that you want, as well as if you're looking for used things specifically or you want to buy new things. So yeah, just look in the categories that you want. That way it saves you a lot of time, so you don't have to just scroll through like random garbage that you're never going to buy in the first place. And also just with like health and beauty and makeup products, if that's something you're interested in. Personally, I've never bought any of those items off of TradeMe, but I would just make sure that you always sanitize them when you get them, or if they're already sanitized, and also just like check the expiry date. So for example, I don't know, like if you want to buy like a Lush product, because the ingredients are like kind of natural, I guess, they probably expire faster. So just make sure that you're not like buying stuff that's like expired already, because some people will sell you it. Alright, so now I'm gonna move on to selling. So personally, I would just recommend buying stuff before you sell, just so you kind of have like an idea of like what sellers have to go through and like what the whole process is like. But yeah, so when it comes to selling, you can pretty much put anything you want really. What I usually do is just put stuff on auction, so it's just like a $1 reserve. You can have like buy now set if you want to get rid of your items really fast, or you can just reduce the length of your auction. So normally it's set at about 7 days, but you can make it like 2 or 3 days if you really want end it fast. Also, there is a success fee, so every item that you sell, TradeMe takes 7.9% of it currently. But if you have a credit card, you can use Pay Now, so that means that you only pay 1.95% to TradeMe. And how it works is basically you load money onto your account, so they just take it off automatically. So when it comes to the description, I'd recommend obviously having what the condition of the item is in, and just reiterating whether it has to be picked up and the general whereabouts of the pickup location, as well as just your preferred payment option, because some people don't really read further down. So for example, I prefer to have bank deposit as my payment, so that's what I put in my description. And also don't underestimate the power of photos as well, because if your photo is blurry and it's just bad lighting, people are just going to be put off, whereas if you have a good photo, people are going to be attracted to the item. So that's quite important as well. I'm not saying you have to get a professional camera. As long as the lighting is good, you can take it with your phone, and that's fine. When it comes to shipping, it depends on your personal preference, but when I first started, I only put pickup only as my shipping thing, so I didn't offer any shipping, and I just found that nothing really sold. But as soon as I added shipping, a lot more people were interested. And obviously when you restrict the buyers to only picking up, then they kind of have to live in your area. So I would recommend doing shipping, especially if you want to get rid of your items faster, or if they're smaller items, then it really won't cost a lot, and plus the buyers will they'll pay for shipping anyway. So personally for me, at the start I didn't really have a system, so I'd just ship whenever I sold something, but now I have a set day during the week where I do all of my shipping, and I find that's really helpful. Just a few things, a few tips and hacks, I guess. If you put something on TradeMe and you kind of regret it, they do have a withdrawal fee of $3, but obviously I'm not really into that, so what I tend to do is I'll just change the price to a really high amount. So obviously if someone's already bid on it, then you can't change anything about the auction, but I just change the price to something say I put a hat on TradeMe for $1 and I don't really want to sell it, I'll just make it $20, so I know that no one's really going to bid on it. So then that way you don't have to pay the withdrawal fee, but at the same time you know that you're not going to have to sell it or get rid of it if you want to keep it. And yeah, that's pretty much all the tips I have. There's probably something that I've forgotten, but that's where I'm gonna leave it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.